In this video, we're going to be covering part one of a three-part video series on shipping to FBA, paying your supplier, and rinsing and repeating the process through restocking your wholesale products. Let's jump right into it. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, on this channel we explore tips, strategies, and experiences that I have had that will help you start and build up your Amazon FBA wholesale business. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. In this video, we are going to be covering all of the details of shipping from your supplier to Amazon, or if your supplier is shipping to you and then you sending it into Amazon. This is going to be part one of a three-part video series on shipping to Amazon, paying your supplier, and restocking your wholesale inventory to make sure that you are not missing out on sales. So we're going to have a lot of pop-ups that come up on the screen, some screenshots from Seller Central, and I'm really going to break down for you guys the details of shipping to Amazon. For the most part, we are going to be covering small parcel shipments. We will cover LTL shipments in a later video, but for now, I do want to focus on small parcel shipments, as most of you are not going to be shipping LTL as a beginner wholesale seller. Before we jump into it, if you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the videos in the YouTube algorithm and enables me to continue making more valuable content for you guys. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well if you do want to stay up to date frequently on the wholesale content that I put out. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I do have my laptop here with some notes, so I am going to be reading off a bit where you're going to see some pop-ups on the screen from Seller Central, and we're going to break down the shipping process to Amazon. So the first thing you have to determine when you're sending into Amazon is your supplier going to be shipping to Amazon directly, or are they going to be shipping to you and then you ship to Amazon? This is a simple cost equation. Which process is going to save you the most amount of money? If the supplier ships to you for free, it might be cheaper for you to prep the items as opposed to having Amazon or a prep center or your supplier in some cases prep those items themselves. So we're going to break down the two models and explain what is more advantageous for you in certain circumstances. So what you guys see on the screen right now is the first step of the shipping to Amazon process. And this is where you're going to set your ship from location and you're going to set your quantity in your shipment. If you're shipping from yourself, you're simply going to use the ship from address, obviously, as your own address. If you're shipping from your supplier's address, you're going to use your company name and the supplier's address. This is going to tell Amazon where they're going to send your inventory throughout the country. Maybe you are located in New York and your supplier's in Texas. So maybe Amazon is going to send the inventory to a fulfillment center that's close to Texas. So that's the way this works. Where the inventory is coming from, Amazon sends it through a logistical pattern that makes the most sense to their fulfillment centers. The next thing that you're going to select is individual units or case-packed products. I've gotten some questions on what is the difference between these two. So let's break this down for a second. As you guys can see from the pop-up on the screen, individual products should be selected if your shipment boxes consist of individual items with different SKUs or in different conditions. Individual products can contain different quantities of the same SKU in each case and can contain more than 150 units in any case. So you're going to use individual products if you have a mix of different items in one box. Whereas if you're selecting case quantity, you are going to be using the case quantity method if your shipment boxes consist of cases that contain identical items. That is the key point here, guys. Identical SKUs with matching SKUs in the same condition. You will then be able to enter the number of cases and units per case for each SKU in the shipment. So the key between the two is that individual products is a mix of different products. Case package products is the same SKU within each case. For case package, a lot of suppliers already package the products in cases. So I work with suppliers that package them in, let's say we're ordering 5 cases of 12 units or 10 cases of 24 units or 50 cases of 6 units. So suppliers package these in cases already, and it can conserve on shipping costs by selecting the case packaging option. It's important to note some additional requirements with case packaging products, as you guys can see on the screen here. So I'm going to break some of these points down. All products in a box have matching SKUs and condition and will have been previously packaged together by the manufacturer. This means that you cannot grab a Walmart box or a Lowe's box and throw in, 10 of the same item and say that it's packaged as a case. The case technically has to be packaged from the manufacturer. So a lot of manufacturers, they have the case packaging of the item and they have the number of units listed on the exterior of the box. So it can clearly be seen that the manufacturer did in fact package these as a case quantity. All boxes within the same product must contain equal quantities of that product in each box. For example, a case pack of 24 units must always contain 24 units. Simple enough. The case pack is limited to 150 units per case. Keep that in mind, guys. While receiving this type of shipment, the fulfillment center scans 1 unit from the box and the box is placed in inventory, right? Because the entire box contains the same amount of SKUs. There is no need to scan every unit because they are all the same. A key point here, guys, this last point is key for you to consider with case packaging. In some cases, a manufacturer or distributor may package more than one case pack into a larger case pack called a master carton. Guys, suppliers are going to use this language and you cannot confuse it with what Amazon is delineating the case packaging as. So what Amazon says is that master cartons do not qualify as case packed and must be split at the appropriate case pack level. That means the interior box or the interior case package is the actual case pack, not the entire master carton. So a supplier might package 5 cases of 12 units together, and then they might put them in one large box all together to conserve on shipping costs. The large box is not the case package units. It is the smaller boxes within that large box that are case packed. The next step of the process is prepping your products. So here you have to determine how it's being prepped. Do the items require polybagging? Do they require bubble wrapping, set creation? All of these things are going to cost money if you're sending your products directly to Amazon. Let's say you have Amazon do the prep requirements. If the products require polybagging, Amazon charges 50 cents a unit to polybag the items. This cost can add up pretty quickly. Maybe you use a prep center and you're paying your prep center on a per unit basis. Or maybe even your supplier does the prep work for you if they're set up to do that. So those are costs that you have to consider and weigh against the potential shipping cost that it would take to have your supplier ship the items to you, and then you prep them yourself with your own supplies and then send it into Amazon. So 50 cents a unit on a poly bag is extremely high. Guys, you can get poly bags for less than 10 cents per poly bag online, and you can package it yourself and send it into Amazon. So you have to weigh those different costs and determine what makes sense. A lot of the times you don't want to get hit with a double shipping cost, so it might be advantageous if the supplier does do free shipping, so you can have it shipped to you, and then you can package the items and send it into Amazon. If they don't offer any free shipping, then you're going to have to consider the double shipping cost that you're going to have to pay to get the inventory from your supplier to you, and then you send it into Amazon. So in this option, you're going to select who is going to prep your inventory, whether it's Amazon or whether it's the merchant, which would be you, or the merchant would be your supplier if they're sending it directly to Amazon. The next step of the process is labels. So I want to break down labeling for a second, guys. What Amazon means by labeling is the difference between FNSKU barcodes or manufacturer barcodes. Manufacturer barcodes is a universal product code that is imprinted onto the product that you are purchasing. It's just the barcode of the product, and it's recognized by Amazon as a readable, scannable UPC code. With FNSKU codes, this is a specific to Amazon barcode. And what FNSKU barcodes allows you to do is it makes the unique identifier for your inventory. So I'm going to give you guys an example on the difference between the two. Let's say I have a product in Amazon's warehouse under a UPC barcode. Another seller has that same product under the same UPC barcode in inventory. If that other seller sells the item to a customer and then the customer returns that item back to Amazon, and Amazon determines that it is sellable, it goes back into inventory and it goes back on Amazon's warehouse shelves. Now I sell that same item, that same product that both myself and the other seller are competing on. Amazon has full right to grab their product that the customer returned and sell it on my behalf, because we're both doing something that's called co-mingling inventory. We are using the UPC manufacturer barcode, and that is co-mingling our inventory together, so Amazon is able to swap out different inventory. So as you guys can see, from that example, that's a potential downside. With FNSKU barcoding, you do not have to worry about any of that because your unique identifier labels are on the product. All of your inventory belongs to you and only you. That's it for this video, guys. In the next video, we are going to be continuing this video and we're going to discuss preparing the actual shipment to Amazon through the small parcel delivery process. And we're going to have more pop-ups on the screen for you guys to take a look at. I want to keep these videos short and sweet for you so that we don't go overboard and confuse you. Once you have this video down and the steps done through this process, then I want you to move on to the next video that I will be coming out with, and you'll be able to see the rest of the process of sending your inventory into Amazon. I hope this video helped you understand a little bit more about some of the differences when shipping to Amazon. To recap what we covered, we talked about shipping from your supplier directly to Amazon. We talked about shipping from your supplier to your location and then you prepping your own inventory and sending it into Amazon. We discussed the difference between individual products and case packaged products and how you need to differentiate between the two. And finally, we talked about some prep requirements that Amazon might need and labeling requirements with FNSKU barcodes versus universal product codes. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you want to stay up to date with the continued content that I will be putting out. Thank you guys again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.